How about now? We have sound now. Anybody? Do we have sound? Okay, we're good to go. Hey, somebody be on there. Anyway, good to see everybody here tonight. Let's start with the hellos to everybody. We've got Digger Evans Model Railway, and Digger gets the cookie. How's it going, Digger? And I hope you enjoy that big fat cookie. It's a good one. And we also have Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Andy, you were the second one, and you get the half cookie. Good to see you here. And who else do we have? Thomas Moore's Trains. Hey, Thomas. How's it going? Good to see you. You guys are talking a lot amongst yourselves. And we have Dundas Junction Model Railroad. James. How's it going, James? Good to see you here. And the Curly Express. Dwight. How's it going? And we also have Schuylkill River Valley. How you doing, John? Good to see you here. And who else we got? We're rolling down the list here. Ray Bertelson. Hey, Ray. How's it going? What's that? Is Skippy Skippy, I made it to the beginning of a live for a change. Hi, Jim, and the rest of the gang. Well, you're here. That's all that matters. And who else do we got? We have Chuck Schreiber. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Good to see you here. We're getting closer to the bottom here. Thomas Grassi. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Good to see you. I got your email, by the way, so we'll get together after the show. I'll give you a call. Let's see what else we got here. That's everybody. Thomas says they sent you an email about the paint. Oh yeah, I saw that. Looked pretty good, I think. You'll have to show it to me when you get done. Yeah, I'm on the big mic. Let me double check here just to make sure. Yep, I'm on the big one. So we should be doing pretty good. A little closer here. That's kind of better. I don't know. You know, every week I have some little problem. I don't know why. It's one of those things. Get centered in the stream here. Yeah, people say act like I don't care, but it's not an act. I don't know. What are you gonna do, right? So anyway, we got some goodies for tonight. I don't know if you've seen any of my shorts, but I mean, I don't know if it was a short or regular video, but I got one of the gifts I got from Vinny, cousin Vinny, was a Air Force jet. So I started assembling. It's not done yet, but it's getting pretty close. So I've painted it silver. That way you can see that here, but I got the pilot, co-pilot in the cockpit already. You can see down there. There you go. Oh, blurry. And I got all the wheels up. I've got the fuel tanks are on. I still got to put the missiles on there. And of course, everything has to be detailed out. And I might have some touch-ups here and there on some of the black stuff, but it's getting there. I got these, I think they're AIM-14 missiles. I got to finish painting them yet. I got the yellow on there. I got to do black stripes, and I got to paint the tips dark gray. So I got a bunch of stuff. So I got to do with decals or anything else, but It's cool. Oh, Andy said he's having a phantasm. I don't know what that is. Oh, I did see the movie Phantasm back from the 70s. I think I saw 3 or 4. It was either 3 or 4 whatever's of it. Sequels on it. It was a weird movie. Sidewinders, yeah, could have been. I think that they're listed as A7s or A14s. I don't know, I can tell you. They are. No, they're A7s. A7 Sidewinder missiles. Yep, you're right. Let's see. Now it says, I almost got hit by a CSX train yesterday. I'm a big dummy sometimes. Well, that's probably not something to brag about, Thomas, but you need to be more careful. You don't generally come back from one of those kind of accidents. So give yourself a little bit of leeway. They say it's supposed to be 20 foot away from the track when trains coming through. It's a good practice to adopt. They were doing 69 miles an hour. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Said you need to be careful. So anyway, we got to have working on that a little bit here and there. And if you see I did another video of my latest mail call. I got the stuff from Sparky, and I'm not sure. I know I won 2 things from him, but I got like a bunch of things. I may have won more than I realized, but maybe they were just bonuses. I don't know what the deal is. Not a big deal. I mean, it's the more the merrier, right? But the first thing that I actually won was this snowplow, the TH&B, the Canadian model, pretty nice. Now I have 2 of them that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet because I don't have any winter scenes or snow, but they're nice static models anyway. And the second one I got was the Christmas boxcar. Now I knew I won this and I won the snowplow, but I didn't think there was anything else. Hey, Tom Stranger Things, how you doing, Tom? Good to see you here. This is an Atlas train line, by the way. Nice heavy car too. It's really heavy for what it is. Yeah. Really? Somebody trying to call me at the worst time. Got metal wheels on it. I don't know what kind of couplers are. They're not Katie's, but they're plastic, but they're actually built really well. I don't know how you can see that. So I'm going to leave on there and try them out. If there's a problem, I'll change them out to Katie. We'll see. Now, for the bonuses, I need more now, James. Okay. That's not good. I'm starting to get to of everything here, right? And this was the bonus. If I did win this, I'm not aware of it, or I wasn't aware of it. And this is a train gondola. It's from OBR. Damn nice car, too. I'll tell you what. Got rotating wheel bearings on it, metal wheels, and I'm not sure what those couplers are either. Oh, they look kind of cheesy, but that's not unusual. I'll probably wind up changing out the couplers, but you look at the detail on this thing. It's nice. Nice undercarriage and everything. So I can't wait to put this on the layout. I considered that a bonus because I wasn't aware of it. I also got this. I got all these things here that I really wasn't. I mean, the box was pretty big when I got here. I'm thinking, man, that's an awful big box for 2 train cars. Until I started taking draw the peanuts. I got this plaster tunnel portal here. Now, this was nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got two portals on my tunnel, the very back. And I printed the portals for them. They don't look bad. I think this looks much nicer. So I'm going to swap out one of them for this. If I really like it, I'll pick up another one identical to this and do the other side. Sometimes you just, I mean, it's really, this is, I mean, I know, it's just, I can print things, but not quite as good as this, I think. So, I can leave it at that. So, anyway, so that was the other thing I got. Of course, I got another business card slash wheel gauge and track gauge. And I already got two more of these, so now I got a third one. But you can never have enough of those things. And then finally, I got an Otter Valley Railroad track pad and the Otter Valley pen. Which I needed these because I never have enough paper on my desk. Andy says, too, everything is known as Dalton syndrome. Yeah, good one. Hey, Transco, how you doing? Good to see you, Chuck. That was a little crazy. I did get another thing. I didn't post it on either the video or here because I gave them to my wife, and they're napkins with the VIA logo on for Canada. I have no use for them. I say, well, here, you could use these more than I can. But there's a pretty good selection. Probably about 100 of them in there. Like, yeah, a lot of napkins. But I got my paper towels right there. Yeah, so, and I do use those whenever I'm resin printing. That's kind of good. No apology necessary. Yes, it's true. If it's true, it's not really hateful, you know. I'm still using StreamYard, by the way. I was going to use OBS, and Andy, when you got on the first time, I was in the OBS stream, and I couldn't get the overlay to work. I'm going to have to take a day and try and figure out what the hell I need to do to get it working, because I've only got a few hours left of StreamYard for this month cycle. I don't think it resets until the 16th of February. I don't know if we'll have enough time left on it to do one more. So I got to get something going on because they give me 20 hours a month to do live stream. And I used up a little over 5 hours when I had Dave Thurber on here trying to help him out with his new resin printer. So I don't know, it's not a big deal, but you know, so I have to be a little aware of what's going on. So tonight's show will probably not be overly long. Probably try and end it around 8 o'clock. I know I say that all the time, but we'll see what happens. I don't have any videos to show tonight, so, but I do have a rant which will be coming up soon enough, and I do have something I also want to show you that I'll get into that later. So that's what's going on. I have been doing some printing work. Jason, the train freak, asked me if I could make a steam shovel. I think those are back from the early 1900s. I don't know how when they stopped. I mean, they eventually converted them to gas, but it's an old thing. So this is I had to resize it. It's not my file. I copied the file off of Thingiverse, but this was the main body. I got the boot set up on there. I got the track unit for it. I said I haven't assembled this. I just got it sitting here. And this normally comes with a shovel because you know it's a steam shovel. You got to dig out things, but there's also things we were able to do conversion, and he needed a log driver put on this. Now I oversized it because of the size of his logs, but it still works in HO scale. So this will attach to the the cables on the boom, And to scale it out right, I had to do it a couple of times to get the size right on it because the scale he originally gave me was too big. It was almost like an S scale. But the original scaling was an O gauge. So we had to scale everything down quite a bit. So I'm waiting to hear back from him to see if he likes it or not, whether he wants it. If anybody else is interested, let me know. I'm more than happy to print more of them up for you. It'll be a kit. You'll have to assemble it yourself. Pretty simple though. There's only a few parts on it. I was thinking about maybe even making a couple of seats for it, or at least one seat. Maybe a control stand that you can put in there. Make it look more realistic because right now it's just kind of an empty body. There's nothing in it. So I think I could do a few things here to dress it up and make it look more realistic, hopefully. So we'll see what happens with that. Chat working out, see anybody talking. Yeah, I guess everybody's up time today. It's working. I was kind of surprised too that usually speaks through. Hope I'm not boring everybody. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, and not much anything about. I've had a lot of computer problems lately. I recorded a video yesterday. I think it was yesterday for the manhole parking. Everything seemed to be working. I shot the video. I always check it before I check it in editing, and the sound was horrendous. I mean, it was terrible. What the hell? So I go back through OBS, I'm looking and say, well, it's not picking up the big mic. It's using one of the microphones in one of the cameras. It wasn't even a good camera. It was, I think, one of the other cameras. It was terrible. So I had to reshoot the whole video. Not fun. Hey, Real Artist, how you doing? Good to see you here. I can make those, not a problem. You need them in HO scale. You tell me what you want. They'll probably be like 10, 15 cents a piece, depending on how big they are. Let me know. Use my email address and tell me what you want. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know that. Andy, there's a rock formation in Scotland called the North Fork Calton Castle. Oh, that's cool. There's something new every day. Andy says it's it's two rock formations. Yeah, right. James has two of everything. 50 of them? Yeah, I could do that. I'll get started. It'll take me a few days probably, but I'll probably resin print those, so they'll be in gray, and you'll have to paint them white or leave gray, whatever you want to do. But I can print them much faster on the resin printer than I can on the filament printer. So anyway, yeah, send me an email anyway just to verify it, and then I'll go ahead and start making it for you. Not a problem, man. Not a problem at all. So, in fact, none of the printers are even running tonight. I'm giving them a little rest. So, hey, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, the computer, I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. I mean, I've got a whole lot of stuff plugged into it. I might be overloading. Now, it's a desktop. It's not a laptop. But, you know, I've got, what, 7 or 8 cameras plugged into it. The microphone, the second screen, the second monitor for, when I'm using OBS, that's the chat screen, a little 13-inch monitor. and 2 USB hubs, a PCIe USB hub that's internal. That's got five USB ports on it. So something's going on there, and I must be overloading. Matter of fact, I actually disconnected the DVD burner since I don't really use it anyway. If I do need to use it, it's a matter of plugging it back in. But to take some of the stress off the computer. But something's going on there. I'm using mostly cheap cameras. I don't, wait, I do have one here. I got these from Amazon. And this is actually a decent camera. I think it was $19. It's a Macau Full HD 1080 webcam. These are USB cams. And I got 2 of these. Not intentionally. I really only wanted one because it's a situation with the payment or something. I want to put 2 of them. So, but the one is, I don't have it hooked up right now, but there's the oddball one that I got down the middle of the layout here. You've seen it sometimes. Beautiful picture on it. Now the other cameras that are on here, they're also from Amazon. I think one was $10 and 2 were $12. They're all 1080s and they all work good. I don't have any issues with them. My main camera is a Logitech, and that's a I know that was a more expensive one. Can't remember what it's called now. Hey, in a second. Camera is a C922 ProStream webcam. It's a Logitech. That's the camera that you see me in now. I also have a rotational camera, which I can't use at the moment. It's got a motor on it, and it can either follow you manually or automatically, or you can manually swing it left to right. Lots of cameras going on. And if you're using a laptop, you should be able to use probably 2 or 3 cameras. I don't know if you can use more than that. I mean, depending upon how good of a laptop you have. If you have a desktop, you'll be doing good. You can use as many of yours. Thomas says, Jim, I have all Wi-Fi cams around $40 an hour. UP, okay, I've heard of that. That's cool. I could probably use Wi-Fi, but I don't know if that'd be any benefit to me. I don't know enough about it. The brand was the Macaulay, or Macaulay, right up top here. Right there. Yeah, it's some off-brand. It's Chinese, of course, everything is. So it's got Full HD 1080p. Integrated on the direct. It's got a microphone built into it. Most of these do. Tripod ready. H.264 encoded video compression. And it really does a nice job. I mean, it's for $19, it wasn't bad. So I hope that answered your question. 16.4, all right. Who's not hitting that like button? Don't make me come hunt you down. But if you would, please hit the like button. It's kind of important to let YouTube know that we're here. Okay, I'll check that out later. I realized my laptop could barely do 1 cam at a time better than that. Oh, that's true. Like I said, it really depends upon what you're running. My laptop's it's not the greatest laptop in the world. I bought it as a backup in case the main computer, mostly the one in the house, went down at the time. Because I bought that before I had this set up out here. You know. Tom says I can only use 2 cameras on my Alienware laptop with powered hub. Depends on the software. Yeah, that's true. And an Alienware, that's a pretty high-end computer and laptop, isn't it? At least I think it is. And Dwight says, I have a new laptop for the training room. I just want to have a couple of cameras. Yeah, you should be able to. Like I said, the worst comes to worst. And I don't know how many USB ports you have on your camera. I have 2 on your laptop, right? I have 2 on my laptop. That's it. Some have 3, some have more, but I think the average is 2. So, and I don't really like using that stupid pad on the laptop. I've got to get an extra. I got to get another mouse because my mouse that worked on that took a dive. I got to get another one. Hey, Joe Raider, how's it going? Good to see you here. Trying to eat, but listening anyway. Hey, whatever. Eat to your heart's content, man. So, here's somebody new. Connecting with nature. Wait, that's a dude. Jumped around my head. How you doing, Connecting with Nature? You're a newbie here. I hope you enjoyed the show. We talked about a lot of things, some trains, some other stuff. And if you would, if you like it, think about subscribing. But absolutely hit the like button. Let's see. Tom says, does not matter, laptop or desktop, you need lots of memory in your computer. Only problem with laptops is the number of USB ports. Well, that's true. Like I said, you'd have to use a powered hub, or you should use a powered hub. So I've got a 4-port hub, powered hub that I use for my cameras around the layout, where the main camera plugs directly into the computer, and I have an auxiliary 4-port hub that's not powered, for like using my flash drives and that sort of thing. So they've got a pretty good setup here, but like I said, I may be overloading my computer a bit. Hard to tell. And everyone says I just does the best with what I got. Yeah, I hear you. And sometimes that's all you can do. White says he's got 3 ports. That's pretty good. I know some do. Except this one here was it's a Lenovo that I bought, and I use it as a monitor for Livestream, so I can see what's going on the live end. And I think I only paid $240 for it, I think, brand new. And I bought it maybe 6 years ago, maybe 7. I had it a while. I bought it back when I lived in Naples. Did a lot of research. Okay, good. Oh, Jim watched your recent Wise Guy video today, so close up. Oh, thanks for that, man. I've been kicking those things out left and right. But you know, you got to talk about this stuff. I know a lot of you guys don't like to get politics, and I understand that. That's cool. And that's why I have a separate channel for that, and it runs on Rumble. Because if I were to air them on YouTube, I'd probably been banned for life. It's just not a good thing. So, anyway, and I got a new phone. Finally, my phone came in yesterday, and it's very similar to what I had. This is called a Fosabot, straight from China. It's about a 1/4 inch smaller than my old one. This one's also water resistant, shock resistant, has more features than the other one does. And here's the really cool part. It's got a separate screen on the back that does different things. You can play YouTube videos on it. It has a voice recorder on it, a timer. Well, you can take pictures with it, selfies, of course. And for all you travelers, it's got a compass. So if you get lost, you can find your way home. But this thing's really nice. I mean, it's really cool. And this one here is an Android version 13, where my old one was an 8.1. That's a big jump just in a few years. And this thing works beautiful. So I'm real happy with it. Of course, I put all my, I can keep my fingers out of the way. Put all my goodies in there. My apps, my in. I tell you what, I paid $142 for this from China. I bought it from Alibaba. So if you're ever looking for a phone, just make sure it says World Phone on it, because this is good anywhere on the planet. If you want to save money, this is the way to go. And they say all these phones are made by only 2 or 3 companies, so I don't know who makes the Bossabot, but it's probably Samsung or LG or somebody, you know. They put their name on it. So it's nice. Who cares about the fact? All right, you guys, go get your mind out of it. But for $142, you can't go wrong. It was cheaper than my other phone was $300 the first one. And then when I got the second one, the same thing. It was a little cheap. It was $210 or $220. But the problem with both the phones are, now the newest one that I bought, the speaker went out on it. I mean, not just the loudspeaker, but I had no sound at all. The microphone worked. I could talk to people on the phone, but I couldn't hear. That's what happened to the first one. So I just put the first one in the drawer and forgot about it. And of course, the second one, the newer one, started doing the same thing. I said, well, shit, now what? It's just on the off chance, let me check the old one. And it works fine. I've been using it, but I decided I wanted a new one anyway because I didn't want to wait until it broke, you know. But for some reason, the sound started working again. And, you know, I don't get it. But then I got 2 spare phones if I need them, but now I got the new one. You know, my wife, she bought she got the Galaxy 21, I think. It's not the newest one. And she has nothing but problems with it. I said, why don't you just buy one from China and be done with it? Because the crap they're selling, and she paid probably way more than what I paid for this one. So it's something to think about, you know. Thomas says, Curly, Dwight, are you sure they're all USB ports about the HDMI? Well, I got HDMI port on mine too. And they're a little bit different. I mean, you won't be able to plug a USB plug into it. It's a HDMI port. But yeah, that's probably a good question. Okay, you have HDMI plug into the TV. There you go. Yeah, I was using my monitor for a while when the tower was down for a bit. And I had my HDMI, and I just plugged it into that one. They could bring everything up on the big screen. And who cares about the backside? Keep the booze on. There, up your wife in earshot of that. Oh, I lied. It only has 2 ports of the USB Type C for. Okay. Yeah, that's fairly. No, I don't have a Type C on mine. You know. Matter of fact, I have one Type C on the desktop, but I've never used it. It's there though. Go figure. I think ultimately, they're all going to wind up going to Type C eventually. They'll probably eliminate the conventional USB port at some point. Probably 9 times soon. I'm sure they will. Still though, get yourself a 4-port hub. A powered one is better. I got one from Amazon. It's actually 4 USB ports and a power port. It's also USB for like charging phones and stuff. And I think I paid less than $20 for that, and that was with the wall work came with it, for a power. And it's great for the cameras. It works absolutely perfectly. So Anyway, you know what time it is? Let me see if I can figure out what time it is. It's time. Is it time for a rant? It is time for a rant, and I've got a pretty good one. I was surfing the web the other day, and I comment on a lot of things because I just can't keep my ideas to myself or my comments. And I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was something to do with a politician. I commented and I said, and I got to be careful what I say here, but I said they needed to be tried for treason and, the penalty that comes with it. Well, 10 minutes later, I was already off of that website, and the screen popped up on my window informing me from YouTube that I violated their terms of service, and this was going to be a warning, but if I do it again, it'll count as another strike against me for making a comment that they didn't approve of. Now, you can say what you want, but this is bullshit, okay? And this is the first time this stuff, because I comment about a lot of things, and a lot of times I don't know that. But that's the whole purpose of free speech. Yeah. And if I see something I don't agree with or whatever, I'll state it whatever it is. If I think you should be, hung, whatever, then so be it. It's just my opinion. Not like I'm saying I'm going to do it. Or going to pay somebody else to do it. I would never do that. But, So I actually got a warning from YouTube that I violated their terms of service or standard, or however the hell they put it, for making that comment. Of course, it was promptly removed from the comment area of that particular video. And I think, well, yeah, that's really true there, Joe. Speech is only free if you agree with those making the rules. That's unfortunately very true. Tom says there's no free speech. That's true. Well, there isn't, and that was just further proof of it. But I wanted to let you guys know, I don't know how often you guys do what I do, comments and stuff, how crazy you get with them, but be careful. Because I don't know if they're using AI. They're probably using AI, artificial intelligence, to monitor all these websites, YouTube videos. And it really pisses me off when I think about it, because it's like, what the hell? And I'm not going to go along or agree with something if I think it's wrong. Especially when it comes, there's 3 things they simply absolutely cannot tolerate. Pedophilia, government lying. I hate liars. I really do. And what else? There's something else. I can't think of what it is right now. So, if you get on YouTube and make a video full of lies or bullshit, I'm going to call you out on it. And if I think you're guilty of treason, I'll call you out on that too. I don't care. What's that, Andy? Say it to the doggy, they don't split them. Probably not. And Tom says they've been monitoring everything for over. Yeah, they probably have. I think they're getting a little bit. I think they're diving deeper into it now. I think they're getting more serious about it. There we go. I got muted for some reason. All right, I'm back though. Yeah, AI just shut me down, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, Real Artist says, "Hey, I would have a coronary if they monetize my comment. Yeah, monetize my comment. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it was a soda can. I bumped the. I might have to get a new microphone. You know, I got this. It's got the mini USB port on it, or micro. They've had problems with these microphones with that, and I might have to get one that doesn't have that. So we'll have to wait and see. But my sound's back on now, I hope, right? You just have to be careful not to bump the mic. Oh, excuse me. So they're getting really crazy with stuff. I mean, it's getting to the point where you're not going to be able to say much of anything on here, And like I said, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos that aren't train related, and I just, I think it's something to do with to deal with Texas and Governor Abbott. I like Abbott, sort of. I agree with what he's doing right now, but somebody was bad mouthing him, and I said, I don't remember who the hell it was. Now, like I said, I don't have a good memory on this stuff, but I said something to the effect that this person needs to be, charged with treason, and what happens afterwards. And that was enough, I guess, to throw a red flag up somewhere. But what are they going to do next? If I say so, like, well, I think we should close the border. Somebody going to flag me for that? I mean, it's unfortunate, but if this gets any worse, I could easily see myself getting kicked off of YouTube. In which case, I will go over to Rumble because I don't know what else. There's nowhere else to go. Not really. I mean, there's a few places. Well, that's just it. That's the one word you can't say, Tom. You're absolutely right. Which is, bullshit. And believe me, saying that word was not the worst thing I've ever said. Because I've gotten to the point now. I just really don't give a shit anymore. It's like I don't like what's going on in this country. I don't like what the politicians are saying and doing, and I can't sit back and go, well, what the hell, I gotta say something about it. So, but I just wanted to bring everybody's attention to that. So, and I know there's some of you guys, Joe Rader, for example, or no, it's not Joe, the other guy. What the hell is his name? I can't remember now. One of my regulars on here. He's Russ. Russ likes to get in trouble with YouTube a lot. Surprised he's not on here, but he's not yet anyway. Be careful what you say on YouTube because it's not about being live. It used to be. Excuse me. You got to be careful what you said live. But now you have to be careful what you put in the comment section. What the hell? Vote Tedesco for better trades. Yeah, well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, I read that too. Apologies. Yeah, that was what's her face? Damn it, Green. What the hell's her name? Can't remember her whole name now, but yeah, she's not the first one to say it though. There's been a lot of talk lately about putting alligators in the Rio Grande. It will solve a lot of problems. I suggested piranha, but I guess piranha's that's not their natural habitat. So yeah, gators will work. I don't think gators really care what they eat as long as it's food. Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant for that. I don't think I thought I had a second rant, but I think I forgot what it was. I could talk about Comcast again. The last 3 days, when I wake up in the morning, I'm getting speeds of, I'm not kidding, 0.7 down, 0.7, and 0.2 up. I mean, I can't even download anything like, I download TV shows and movies and stuff. That tastes like chicken. Yeah, am I right? But, and then usually by around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's back up to working fine. Now, I've reset my modem, figured it could be in the modem, right? Even though I just got it replaced. Made no difference. And it doesn't matter whether it's over Wi-Fi or Direct Connect, because the one in the house is on Wi-Fi and this one here is hardwired. And it doesn't matter. Now, if I do a speed check now, see what I'll get here. You won't see it on your screen, but let me see what I got here. It's not too bad. Of course, I'm streaming right now. It looks like it's still climbing. 615, 69, 700. 734 down. And the upload's not too bad considering. Looks like 22, 23 up. 22, 21 up. Now, if I wasn't live right now, I'd probably be up around 900 down and probably about 26 up. Well, like I said, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I actually double checked my bill to make sure I was on unlimited, which I am, because I'm paying extra for that. Because I thought maybe they were throttling me, because I've gone over my, because I'm using, I think, I can't remember now. I'll tell you in a minute, maybe. Let's see. Xfinity. I don't know if I got this set up yet or not. I probably don't. Oh, I do. Okay, let's go. Why is it asking me for my password? Maybe it was incorrect. It should be the right one. Unless I changed it. Let's see. I don't know what the password is. I guess I could take a guess. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I have to figure out what my password is. Yeah, but half a dozen passwords. It's tough to remember which one you use on everything. Anyway, I know I use a lot of bandwidth. I do massive downloading throughout the week, and then I do my live stream. So that's why I got the unlimited, so I wouldn't get throttled. Tom says they claimed I used more bandwidth before I had unlimited for me to pay extra. Dropped them out dramatically once I got unlimited. Oh, that sounds a little fishy, doesn't it? I'm not surprised though, but it's true, Ray says some peeps are mad about Abbott sent to Sanctuary City. Well, I have to agree with that to a point. And I'm not going to get political here. I'm just going to say something really quick. But I think it would have made more sense to save more money to send them back south than it would be to put them on a bus or a plane and send them up to New York or Chicago. Or, I mean, I know what he was trying to do, but realistically, I think it was a big waste of time and money. That's all I got to say on it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Tom, because you know how honest Comcast is. Like you said, I'm using about the same bandwidth that I had. Well, I've always had unlimited before my trial ran out. You know, a yearly bullshit. And I think I don't remember off the top of my head what I was using, but it was quite a bit, you know. And I'm using about the same now, so. But I just wanted to make sure because, you know, anytime you change your service, you don't know if they're going to get it right or not. But so far they have. See, now it was weird because initially I paid $134 last month before I mean, even though they did the deal, I guess I missed it by a day or two, you know. So they credited me money. So this month I only paid $66. But normally it should be $95 and change. So we'll see what happens. Well, no, Mexico doesn't want them. That's why you know, which I don't understand that. It would make so much easier if Mexico stopped them at their southern border. Then they wouldn't have to deal with them. And then there's some stupid law that says if they're not from Mexico, we can't send them back over the fence. You know, well, they came up that way. Why can't we send them back that way? So I guess basically the rules say we'd have to fly them back to their country of origin, which should be crazy expensive. We're not doing that. And I'm going to let it go at that. Hey, Iowa, how you doing? Good to see you here. Hey, Jim, I just caught 2 Iowa trains there on my YouTube. There you go. Cool. Hey, good to see you here. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so Comcast, I don't know what's going on with them. I really don't. Hey, Robert, Flying Crow, how you doing? Starting early? No, I'm not starting early. I'm my usual time, 6 o'clock, and we're almost at 7 now. And I'm probably going to wrap this up at 8 if I can help it. I got to watch my hours on StreamYard because I'm running low, you know. And I want to be able to do this probably one more time before hopefully I get OBS straightened out or something. So, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Comcast. I don't why they're having a problem with this. Why it's slow in the morning, but then it's fine in the evening. You know, they can't get a hold of them. They don't answer the phones, so it's impossible to even find out. When I use their app, it says, "Oh, the internet's working fine." My phone says it's working at 109% of my service. Well, you got to fool me. Hey, what do we got here? Crooked River and Eastern. Dave Thurber. Hey, Dave. How you doing? Good to see you here. So, who knows? Anyway, that's all I got to say about that, too. Like I said, I'm going to try not to get, you know, and try and stay train oriented a little bit tonight, maybe, possibly. I mean, it can't hurt, right? But, what else was I going to talk about? There was something else. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, yeah, I bought more. I've been doing so much resin printing, and I'm actually using quite a bit of resin. It goes a long ways, but not when you constantly print things. Now, this is what I usually use. This is the water washable. Oh, there. And it's the gray. This is 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram. And that's a lot of resin there, you know. It's not hard to use it. But I also bought, because I've been printing all these trucks, which I showed you last week. This is the first one I've tried. Now, the other one is Creality brand, which I have a Creality resin printer. But the Crealities are real expensive. This is clear. And it's also water washable. And this is made by Sunlu, the same company that I get my filament from for the filament printers. So I'm going to try it. It was really inexpensive. I think it was like $20, $21, where the Creality brand was over 30. And this is also 1 kilogram. So we'll see. Hopefully this works because I want to really try and print vehicles clear, especially if they don't have the windshields cut out. So then you'd mask off the windshield, paint the rest of the vehicle, and pull the masking off, and you've got clear windshields, which is, you know, kind of what you want. So, just like these trucks here, and I could probably paint this maybe a light gray or something, the windshield, make it look like tinted, you know. But it's too late to cut it out, and it really looks stupid with a solid windshield in it. I should have fixed this before I printed them. I probably will before I printed 2 of these. But the trucks, on the other hand, not that one of these trucks. This truck I cut the windows out of in Tinkercad. So, you know, it'd be really hard to put in plastic inserts in there, so I'm not worried about it. But still, if this were printed in clear and it was solid windshield, you would just, like I said, mask off the windshield, which isn't that hard to do, and spray the rest of the truck the colors you need, or brush them, or whatever you got to do. And then take off the masking tape, and you have clear windshields that are already there. So that's going to be probably how I'm going to do that. The same thing. This one came with the windshields already cut out of it, and this looks like an Army Deuce and a half, actually, without the back thing on there, you know. So I've been busy printing up a lot of these vehicles. I'm going to start doing some other things pretty soon now. We'll be doing telephone poles soon. I got the file from Tom Grassi. He made up some nice poles. So pretty soon I'm going to try those. I'll print those in gray and then paint them. I'm going to try resin printing them because I think they'll come back. I think they'll come out a lot better. I could filament print them too because I did that before. Before I bought these ones, I did it on the old net that I had, and they worked fine. But I want to put up telephone poles on my layout and string them. So it'd be better. It's cheaper to just print them myself than to actually go out and buy them. Hey, Dave BNSF. N-Scale, how you doing, Dave? Good to see you here. That's that train. It's got 2 more Rapido center beams in CN early in a WC shoving platform. Oh, cool. That's good to know. And Dave, yeah, I'll do that, Dave. After the show, I'll send you the link for the clear resin. I said I don't know anything about it because I haven't tried it, but for $21, I think it was a good deal compared to $32. And from my understanding, I checked and it says it will work in all the machines. You know, so because I think ours are, I guess they're LEDs. Or they could be SLA. I'm not sure, you know. But it said it will work in most of the machines. And since Creality is, you know, one of the normal brands, you shouldn't have a problem. And the specs on it show that, you know, it'll cure properly and all. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll send you the link to that. What else am I doing? Yeah, this thing's actually not bad. Like I said, I just got it sitting there right now, but my finger out of the way. If you're running that era, this would kind of be neat to have on your layout. Like, I guess Jason's got a some sort of a log operation going there, and that's why he wanted this on there. Like I said, he found the file for me on Thingiverse, but it was an O scale, and I had a. It was weird because I actually looked at pictures of real ones, on the internet, and this is what it should actually look like. And compared to the body, compared to like a standard guy, this guy here is probably about 5'8", 5'10", somewhere around there, and he fits properly in that vehicle. So I'm assuming that that's the proper scale. But I had to do the tracks in a different scale than the body. The tracks came out first the right time, but the body was huge. I mean, it was crazy. I'm going, that ain't right. So, yeah, it is what it is. But and same thing. Initially, he wanted to see if I can enlarge this. And the original one, I think, do I have one here somewhere? I think I do somewhere. Or maybe not. No, I don't. The original one was tiny. It was about a fourth the size of this one, which would be great if you had logs about a 16th of an inch in diameter, but that's more N scale than it is HO. So, because I have logs here on, flat trailers and stuff, and they're about maybe 3/8 inch diameter, thereabouts. Maybe 9/16. I'm not sure, but they're bigger than that claw would be able to pick up. So, this should work fine. What type of trucks am I printing? These here. I've got the cement mixer. And these are nice. They're very detailed. Painting them is probably going to be a real bear, but it'll look good once it's painted. I made 2 of these. And I got this file from Tom Grassi. This is a semi-tractor with a sleeper on it. Also, pretty good, not bad details on it. So I made 1 of these, I made 2 of those so far. Then this here looks like a deuce and a half, army type truck. And not very detailed on the underside, but not bad. And the original one, the first one I made was this one here. Like I said, I cut the windows out of this one here, but basically the same as the one with the sleeper, but without. And the same deal on the bottom. Nice details. These are all going to look pretty good when they're detailed out. Now, Tom's also printing trailers for his, box trailers. And I might look at doing that as well. So that, because I've got flat trailers that I built to carry the 40-foot container, the 40-foot containers on. But it wouldn't hurt to have a couple of regular trailers as well. Hey, Curtis, how's it going? Good to see you here. I hope you're having a good time, man. A good day, whatever. Hope you're not hurting too much. You get those ponds cleaned out yet? That's a massive job you took on. I wish I could help you with it, but with my back, not happening. The trucks, yes, they're all smooth. They're resin printed, so if you put paint on them, I mean they've got, it's relatively smooth. I mean you could sand them if you wanted to, but like the barrel on this is it's like glass. There's a little bit of texture on the hood, but I think they're supposed to be. But you've got lines on the top of the hood. They look like they're supposed to be there. You can see them. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Like I said, I think they'll take paint really well. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll have at least one of these painted. If I could screw around and get off my duff long enough, I might get something done. No, we'll have to wait and see. But I'll tell you what, I would probably sell those for a couple dollars each. plus shipping. So if you bought a bunch of them, it would actually be cheaper than, just buying one or two. But, and again, I'm looking online at 18, 19, up to $30 for one, something like that. Yeah, they got a little bit more detail, but, depending how much detail you really want, and of course how good you are at painting, because you'd have to paint them. I'm not painting the damn things. not if I'm going to sell them. But all right, John. Well, thanks a lot for popping in, and we'll see you next time, man. Have a good, safe weekend, and we'll see you next time. It's not a bad deal. Like I said, I would have a problem spending that kind of money. I mean, here's one here. I don't remember where I got this from. And this is literally almost identical to what I printed here, size-wise. But this one here is, pre-made. And I think I got this at a train show. I think I paid like $8 or $9 for it. I mean, and I'll tell you what, the paint job on it's not that great. It's kind of orange peeled on the sides. And it looks like they oversprayed it really thick on the top. You can't really see, but I mean, it's not bad. Of course, I put the guy there because I had him stationary at the cement plant, which I don't have anymore. I have to get another one. Maybe I'll print one up. But they're nice to have on the layout, so you kind of can't go wrong. Like I said, I got the size pretty close, so. He says, yeah, maybe 6 mm. Yeah, let me know. My email is on the bottom there on the ticker tape. Shoot me an email, tell me what you want, and I'll give you an exact price and shipping, and we'll get you hooked up. Like I said, I would get $2 a piece for them because that's really all they're worth. Unpainted. If I had to paint them, then the price would go up a lot. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. So what do I do with my soda? Here it is. I think I have to turn my heat. I had the heater. I got a space heater down there on the floor. Starting to get a little warm in here. Turn that thing off for a minute. It's 60 degrees outside, which I know is not real cold. But when I come in here, it actually feels a lot colder. Even though I've got insulation in here. A lot of good that does, right? So, anyway, what else we got going here? A brain fart going on here. Oh yeah, here's what else I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna bring this up on the screen. And one of you guys sent me the link for this a few weeks ago. I almost forgot about it, and because I had it on the other computer when I finally opened it up. All right, Bob, let me know, and like I said, drop me a line at my email. Tell me what you want, how many, and I'll get back with you a price. He said it doesn't take me long to print them up, so. But they are unpainted, so you'll be on your own painting it. And $2 each. Anyway, this truck here, I don't really know what you would call it, so to speak. It's like a yard truck. It's for moving around trailers. And you'll see the fifth wheel on the back here. You can't see my mouse, but the fifth wheel is on a hydraulic arm. So all it does is rolls underneath the trailer, lifts up the arm to catch the pin on the trailer, drags it around the yard, and when it gets it where it wants, it drops the arm down, releases from the pin, and goes about its business. One of you guys want to see if I can make one of these. Now I'm going to work on it. It may take me a few weeks, but I'm going to build one from scratch. On Tinkercad. Yeah, a yard dog. That's pretty close. I guess you can call it that. I'm going to try and make these. I think I can duplicate this. The good news is I've got all the specs on it as far as size. It's just a matter of converting it to HO scale. And most of the stuff on here is, it's kind of squared off to some degree. I should be able to duplicate this to some degree anyway. So I'm going to try it out, and if I come up with something, I'll let you know. I'll show it off on the next, on the show when it's ready. Hey, Trackside Mike, how you doing? Good to see you here. But I think this is a great thing to have. I don't have any in my intermodal yard, which it would probably come in handy for that. So, all right, Chazco Chuck, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for popping in, and have a safe and fun weekend, and we'll catch you next time. So I'm going to give it a shot to try and make something like this. I think I can do it. It shouldn't be that hard. I don't know if it'll be quite as detailed as this, but I'll do what I can. So we'll see how that works. Because I looked and I can't find anything like this anywhere. I don't think they even make one, an HO scale, or any scale for that matter. So I might have some fun with this. So I'm going to give it a shot anyway. But let me move that again. So that's in the works too. So it's no wonder I don't get nothing done on my layout, because I'm always building shit. But ultimately, I'll be able to utilize some of the stuff myself. So yeah, it's a good thing, right? James or Dave says I have a couple of those. Oh, they do have them in the scale. All right, that's pretty cool. Bet you they weren't cheap though, were they? See, that's the thing. I don't foresee doing much in N scale, unfortunately. I mean, I might be able to. The resin printer will allow me to do it. It's just getting it scaled down to a proper size. But mostly I shoot for HO scale, And I don't think I can get away with O scale in the resin printer, not because it's just not big enough for it. If I can film it, print it, then I can do O scale. But I think that would not work in my resin printer. So yeah, like I said, that's the idea, is for me to come up with things that are either hard to find or impossible to find that I can make that look reasonably good, and then hopefully resell them. So we'll see. That's like just this claw here. Now you guys have seen my crawler tractor. I don't have one here handy, but this would also work on that. And if anybody's interested in buying the kit, I'll throw one of these in there free of charge with the regular tractor. Because really the one that comes with it, it's more of a, look like something you'd see in a junkyard, car junkyard, but it really is too small. Now I look at it, it would be better to have a bigger one. So, and like I said, I can make them to any size you want, basically. I wouldn't go any bigger because it'd be too far out of scale. But I could do them smaller. Bob said Athern made them in the past. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Could use some dry bulk trailers, Jim. Okay. Send me a picture with one and I'll get it for you. I mean, I could print them out. Jim, you make those trucks, let me know. Well, actually, you got to let me know, Mike. I'll make them. I kind of make things to order. So if you're interested in it, I'll print them out. Otherwise, I'm not going to, because, I don't want to be stuck with them. But you let me know what you want, which ones you want, and how many. Use my email down below, which will be coming up here in about right now. Send me an email to this address and let me know what you want to do. And, like I said, I'll be more than happy to print them for you. But I said I did that with the crawlers. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8 of them packaged up, ready to go, and I've only sold 2 of them. So I mean, they'll eventually get sold, or I'll give them away in contest or something, feature contest. But still, I spent money to make them, and I'd like to at least recoup my losses or costs. So that's why I don't want to make anything unless I'm sure you want it. So if you get a hold of me and say, hey, I need these, can you make them? I'll be more than happy to make them for you. But as far as it's kind of like a pre-order, but you won't have to wait 6 months. Usually depending upon what you want and how many, I can have it ready to be shipped in a few days. So, because I don't screw around. If I got an order, I take it seriously and I get it printed. I don't mess around. Mike wants to know what I made. Okay. Well, once again, I've got this tractor here with a sleeper cab on it. And I've also got this one here. This looks like an old deuce and a half for a military truck, but also has a 5th wheel on it. So if you're modeling an older era, this would be the thing to do. And I also have, I have the cement mixer. The cement mixers are nice. Like I said, they're very detailed. There's a lot of stuff there. Nice undercarriage and all that. And the original truck that I started with, basically the same one with the sleeper cab, but without the sleeper. So once again, also nice details on the underside and all. All right, I'm back. Now I bumped that thing. I got to stop bumping that damn thing. Like I was saying, this is an N scale version, I believe, and the sound should be back. Do I get sound now? Okay. If somebody wants this, send me an email right there, and with your name and full address, and I will ship it to you for free. First come, first serve on this. So if you're interested, like I said, I believe it to be N scale. So let me know. Let me try not to bump anything. It's definitely time for a new microphone. I'll have to sell a few of these trucks, though, in order to afford a new mic. I got this one. It was on sale at Walmart. and it's a blue. It's a good mic, except for this stupid micro USB plug in. I'm not getting another one like it because this is what happens to them. So, but I got to, I think it was like $51 or something like that, or maybe it was in the 40s. I don't know. I said, you know what? It was a sale, so I said I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I didn't even need it when I bought it. But I figured I would down the road, and I'm glad I did. And it really is. It's a good mic, but that little problem. I got to get one with a more positive connector on it, something that screws in. I don't know. You think, Dave? I mean, because somebody, I can't remember, last week they said that the actual version was 29 foot in length. And if you break this down, this is actually, I think, 27 foot. So it's a little short for an HO. But the width and the height are correct. And this is, oops, let me pop that out of there. I said I didn't glue it down for obvious reasons. But if you take this one here, this is a lot smaller. I mean, see the difference between them. This is definitely not HO compared to, say, an HO truck. See the difference? So, I mean, I could be wrong. This may not be in, and UN scalers know more than I do, but I'm going to call it in. But anyway, if you want it, like I said, it's free. Just send me your name and address. I'll ship it to you free of charge. Because I have no use for it. Tom says blue has issues. Yeah, with the USB port. That's the same thing I'm having now. I even tried gluing it in. I super glued it, the cable in there. And it held for a long time, but I guess eventually, just like I said, now it's loose again. I don't know why they did this. This was the stupidest system they could have come up with. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, Dave. I'm going to get something. What are you using now, Tom? What brand of mic are you using? Your main one. I got to get something different. I know it's not going to be cheap. Preferably something in $70 or less. But sell more mics. That's a shame because this is really a good mic. I love it. I've had it for a while now. Since I started doing a live stream, I started using it. And I've been doing live streams for 2 years now, I think, almost 3. But, when you said every time you move it around on the stand, it's kind of, you can't really see it here, but it's got a swing around. There you go. Good nice stand there for it. And every time you move it around, of course, I've got the cable strapped there, but I had to give it some, a Pfeiffer mic. Okay, I have to look into that. Because you sound good on your live stream, so. Because I've heard some guys, they sound just terrible. And I'm thinking, what the hell are they using for a microphone, I mean, the Logitech has the mic built into it, but I don't like the way it works. It's not that good. Tom says it's cheap. Oh, come on. You don't buy cheap stuff, I don't think. I'll look into it either way, though. Like I said, I don't mind spending a little bit of money for a good one, but I don't want to have to take out a second mortgage for one either. You have a stand like that for your tab. Okay, that's cool. What was I going to say? Speaking of microphones, I have a wireless mic. It's the transmitter and receiver, kind of like what they use like on the movie sets and stuff, or like newscasters use. And I paid good money. That one cost me almost $200, and it works great. But it doesn't have a USB port on it, and I would have to get some sort of an adapter to plug into USB. And And then, of course, it's battery powered, which is also kind of a pain in the ass too. I mean, the batteries last a good long time on it, but you know, birds go cheap. I am cheap. $30, yeah, that's pretty cheap. But it sounds good, Tom. And I mean, it really doesn't matter what it costs. If if the quality is there, what difference does it make? So I'll look into that for sure. Because I'm going to have to get a new one, I guess, because like I said, I get real aggravated when things don't work properly, you know, especially when I'm live streaming. And, I should be able to knock it across next week and have it still work. But it's not. So, because how many times have it went on? It's went on what, 3 times already tonight, from bumping it. It's a shame they don't have an adapter that can actually like plug in and fasten somehow so it's permanent, and then plug a different cable into it. A USB cable, but maybe a C-type cable or something would be better than this mini cable that they use, mini USB. They said, and the C-type cables work well. I mean, they take a lot of abuse, and then I haven't had one fail on me yet, as far as the receptacle part goes. I've had the cables fail, but that's normal because I bought a 5-pack of these things. I think they're 7 foot long. The C on one end and USB, was it the B port on the other, male? And these were cheap. I got these from Amazon. I bought a 5-pack for like $6. And they work really good. As a matter of fact, I gave one to my mother-in-law, one to my wife. And I got one out here, one in the main house to charge my phone with. And I've got one for a spare. So that's a good question, Dave, and I wish I knew that. I've been hovering. I think I'm at 440 right now. I seem to be stuck there. I don't know why. I'm doing more shorts, which is supposed to be a good thing. And I guess I do have some content. I don't know if you'd call it a lot, but I don't know. I'd like to hit 500 because I at least monetize. Not that I'll make any real money, but something. At least I'll be able to take super chats. Now I can't even get those because until you monetize, you can't. So I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I'm pretty sure all you guys are subbed to me. So some guys get 1 million subs and some get 440. That's just, it is what it is. I don't understand it. Tom says, I just found yard tractors on several sites. Athearn has them in stock. UPS. All right. Well, what are the costs on them? I'll bet they're a hell of a lot more than what I can print them for. I wasn't trying that hard. Well, I wasn't sure what they were called. So I actually used the brand name of the tractor that I got the specs on to see if they had something similar. I didn't really know it was called the yard tractor, so that probably didn't help. But I mean, even if they do have, like I said, they're probably not cheap. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. $33 plus shipping, no doubt. Dave says $25 to $30. That's still too much. Like you said, what are you getting for that money? Dave says, yeah, you have. You were one of the first subscribers, Dave. So I don't know. Sometimes I wonder too if it isn't, YouTube holding some of us back, and it seems like once you hit like 1,000, for example, they just jump by leaps and bounds. I don't know why. Like I said, my wife thinks it's all kind of rigged. Maybe she's right. I don't know. But Oh, here we go. Dave says a yard goat is what we call them. Okay, that makes sense. See, I didn't know that, and I wouldn't have actually thought about looking for that. But I wonder if she isn't right, though, because, I mean, well, Dave Thurber's a good example. Dave, you remember when you hit, like 1,100 or 1,000 or whatever when you first got monetized? We had to get your viewing hours up. We all helped on that. But what do you got now? Like 2,500? So you picked up 1,500 subs right after you hit 1,000. And I'm not bad mouthing you or anything. That's great for you, but I'm just saying my wife thinks that a lot of those might actually be not real. I don't know. But I've seen other guys do the same thing. As soon as they hit the 1,000, then they like take off like a rocket. Now either people are weird and they won't sub you unless you have a lot of subs to begin with, or YouTube's doing it to increase their own revenue. Because no matter how many subs you got, you're only going to get X amount of dollars a month or whatever, But YouTube's going to be the one making the real money. So I don't know. It's not a big deal. I don't care one way or the other. But that's why I said you're not going to get rich off the monetization anyway. And Tom Strange, he's got what, 25,000, I think, or a little bit more than that. And and he said he's actually making less money now than he did before because they've scaled back on what they're paying out. So we're all going to get screwed no matter what. But you can bet your ass that YouTube ain't taking any losses. Dave says, look at Jimmy DIY's channel. Yeah, I believe he did. There you go. Tom might be onto something. Use your phone screen as a thumbnail. Well, that may violate the terms of service too, though. Don't they have a thing about nudity? Yeah, YouTube makes no sense to me. I'm not doing. I know it really doesn't. I mean, that's great that you got all them subs, but if they're not really real, you're not getting the revenue that you should be getting for having that many. Because remember, when you're monetized, they're throwing commercials or ads on your videos, your live stream, whatever. I'm not sure how well they do it, but they get paid for that, from the actual advertisers. And you're getting a little tiny pittance of it, if anything. Well, they're making the big bucks, There's a reason why YouTube is worth what? $100 billion or whatever the hell they're worth now. Because they're the ones making all the money. And they treat it like, oh, you're making too much money. We got to scale it back. Why? And that's just, it is what it is, So I just, like I said, I'd like to be able to get super chats because I figure if you guys might feel the pity for me, throw me a few bucks. I mean, hey, you never know, right? But as far as making any money with it, no, I don't see any revenue I'm going to get that'll be worth talking about. I monetized on my Rumble channel. Now I don't have thousands of subscribers, but I literally make about like $1 a month. I mean, $1, and it's like, really what? No, actually, it's even less. I think the first time I checked, which was a few months ago, I think I made 15 cents for the month. That was my ad revenue. Really? So, it's just what it is. And where did it go? Oh, now, wrong one. Jumped ahead again. Picture of a babe in a bikini riding one of those ride-on trains. Yeah, that would work. And there's probably a few of them out there too, right? Hey, why not? Sex sells, right? But it is what it is. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not all that concerned with it. Obviously, if I was, I'd be obviously doing more to, you know, attract more subs, but I really don't care. I mean, yeah, subs are nice. I like that people watch me. Even if they don't sub me, at least they watch me, I'm sure. See, I've got the viewing hours, amazingly. If I could get the rest of the subs, I already have the viewing hours required to be monetized. So people are watching my videos and my live streams, but I just don't have enough subscribers. So go figure. Anyway, it is what it is. I ain't gonna worry about it. What else we got going on here? Let's see. You've seen all my 3D crap. I can't wait to get my jet done. This thing's pretty cool. It wasn't as hard to build as I thought it would be. It actually went together fairly easily. I a minimal amount of sanding I had to sand down the seams and stuff. I wish I had some filler. I'd fill in some of these panels to hide the openings there, but because this isn't as this is a quality of fit as it probably should be. Not bad. Like I said, I still got to put the missiles, the sidewinders on it. I got 4, and I've got 2 more tanks or bombs or whatever the hell they are. I haven't painted them yet. It's just these little things here. I mean, I assume they're bombs. I don't really know. I mean, how many tanks do you need? Looks like he's got 3 on here already on the other side. Okay. Those are fuel tanks, I would assume. I know the center one is, I think. I don't know much about these things. Hey, it was different. I've never, I haven't built a plane since I was like 14 years old. So, it's what it is. Joseph takes me 5 years to 500. Yeah, there you go. And I've only been doing this for what, a little over 4, I think, altogether. I'm not sure. I have to look. Yeah, well, that's what I said. You need 500, and I'm still 30 away from 440, 50, 70. I'm still 50 away. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, 500 to get the super chats. And we'll have to just wait. Like I said, if it happens, it happens. If it isn't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. That I guarantee you. Oh, And he says, yep, 3 tanks. I figured they were fuel tanks. I mean, what else would they be? I don't know why you need the extra fuel tanks, because they do inflate fueling. I don't know much about military aircraft. I mean, I think they're cool looking. That's an F-4E, I think. Yeah, F-4E Phantom too. I personally like the F-14s. The F-35s are really cool too. But only because architecturally it's just a good looking plane. Where on the other hand, I'm not really impressed with that who's the flying wing there. What the hell is that called? Not the B-1B. It's the I can't remember what it is. It's a wing. Looks stupid. Yeah, I know. 1640 is 100. I need 60 more. I just popped the number out of my head without thinking about it. J79s were pretty thirsty. Yeah, I'm sure they were. We're 40 now. You need others to promote your channel. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure how to go about that. Yeah, the B2. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, the B2. The B-1B is more of a sleek aircraft. But yeah, the B-2, I think it's an ugly aircraft. It really is. And they crash so many of them. I mean, they don't really seem all that airworthy, if you ask me. Fuselage is usually fuel cell unless the engine takes up the space. That makes sense. Like I said, you guys know more about this than I do. I'm not really a military guy, so. But I am. I mean, they're cool. I wish 2.8 now. But I wish when I was younger I could have probably flew one sometime, But because I wore glasses, there's no way they'd let me fly an Air Force jet. So you had perfect vision, and I didn't have that. And it is what it is. Some things you get to play with, other things you don't. Here's Russ. We were talking about you earlier, Russ. How you doing here? Oh, wait a minute. It jumped on me again. Anyway, good to see you, Russ. Joe said the YB-49. Yeah, that's true. The real flying wing. Weird looking aircraft. So who knows what they'll come up with next. Of course, I understand they had a lot of problems with the F-35 too. There's still some problems with it they haven't ironed out. They supposedly got something new that's so fast that it can't be piloted. It's strictly like a drone. It's supposed to do like Mach 3 or Mach 4 or something like that. I don't know. Oh, no, we never talk good about you, Russ, unless you're here. No, actually, I was talking about, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, your, damn flies. Your ability to piss off YouTube. I was talking in my rant, I made a comment on a YouTube video, and it got a warning about 15 minutes later popped up telling me if I didn't clean up my act, I got a warning that time I would get a strike and after that would be banned for life for making the comment. So you should probably hear this anyway because it's kind of scary. Because basically it had something to do with the Texas deal with the border issue, and maybe it was that the guy that's in control of the border. What the hell's his name? Alejandro or whatever the hell his name is. And I said, well, he's probably guilty of treason. He should be, And apparently that violated the terms of service. So, oops. It says, was that the plane in Raiders of the Lost Ark? I don't know. A long time since I've seen that movie. And Andy says a fictitious Horton or Gotha flying wing. Okay. Mayorkas. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, Alejandro Mayorkas, right? Yeah. Apparently you can't wish him to be, So they got mad about that. I said, well, that's just great. That was what my rant was about tonight. I gotta be careful what the hell I say on here now. Brett says, I pissed them off so good they are not sending notifications of your channel anymore. Yeah, probably. Yeah, good one, Russ. I'm not going to repeat it, but it's funny and probably more accurate than ever. I mean, trust me, isn't he not guilty of, treason? Like most of them out there? No more necktie. Right. There you go. Maybe I should have used that terminology instead of the, terminology. I don't know. It's ridiculous, You got to be careful of everything you say nowadays. Otherwise, they'll either cancel you or ban you. It won't be long before they start jailing you for it, Yeah, that's absolutely true, Dave. Most of DC, if not all of, I'm thinking of at least 600, maybe more. I mean, look, it is what it is. I'm not lying. That damn fly, I'm going to get that son of a It's ridiculous, but what are you going to do? So, anyway. What else? I was playing around with that new locomotive I got from Vinny. It's a DC model, but I don't know about NCE, but Digitrax, if you use the address 0000, I think it is, or 0001. I don't remember which. Do I have that on here? It's 4 zeros for your address. You can run DC on your DCC layout. And I'll tell you, this is a nice little runner. A lot of power and all. Eventually, I'll put a decoder in it. I just know. All right, we're good. I bumped the mic again, damn it. Yep, back to trains. The Republicans are wandering around thinking about impeaching my Dorcas. Nothing. Well, of course it won't, because, and I should have my sound back on again, I hope, right? Do I get sound? Yep, okay, good. NC won't let you do that. Oh, that sucks then at NC. Well, yeah, on the Digitrax you can. So I can run both DCC and DC simultaneously on the layout. Of course, you don't have as great a control on DC, but still you can do it. So, yeah, I know they filed our, but and I didn't want to get political, and I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm just gonna say one other small thing. The difference between the Republicans and the Democrats is they're both different wings of the same bird, and they're all full of shit as far as I'm concerned. And I also said that might have got me what got me too, because they said I call business. You're all liars. You're liars and bullshitters. How hard is it to close the border? If we don't have a need for immigrants right now, legal or illegal, then shut the fucking gates. And when we need more, we'll open them up and let a few in. But that's not what the Dems want. They want replacement American voters. Because anybody you bring in here is going to vote Democrat. They can't win because they don't have the numbers. But you watch and see, because I heard that well, Joey there is granting amnesty to a lot of the illegals. Once you do that, they're allowed to vote. Why else would he be trying so hard to stop the influx? It solves no purpose to have open doors. That's all I'm going to say on it. Then he called me today. My prize got returned to him. Oh, shit. That sucks. That's too bad, man. Well, you'll get it eventually. Debt is absolute. Of course it is. Like I said, and that's another. How hard is it he signs executive orders like he eats his ice cream, Sign an executive order says no more benefits to the illegals. They can't collect welfare. They can't collect food stamps. They can't get free medical. They can't get jobs. They'll deport on their own. What the hell are we doing here in America? We can't get anything done. As I said, they're just now, Russ, I'm a Republican. Okay, I've been one my entire voting life. And I consider myself conservative, but the idiots that I vote for, that's exactly what they're idiots. It's not that they're lazy losers. They're in on it, I mean, if I were in politics, which thank God I'm not probably, because I'd probably be killed anyway. But if I was, I'd be making so much noise about this shit. Like, the Republicans supposedly crafted a bill to crack down on pedophilia. Okay. The Democrats voted it out and they voted down on it. They didn't want it. I would have went public with that, names, pictures, everything. These are the guys who think it's okay for some other clown to mess with your kids. But they're not doing that because the majority of people don't know. So it's hard to make a good decision vote-wise if you don't know who the criminals or the bad guys are.
That's all I'm going to say. Bob says, why are we funding? Well, exactly. Because I think we're doing it because we're afraid of them, to be honest with you. You know, well, we know why they're doing Ukraine because, old Joey boy, he's in it up to his nose in graft and whatever because, Ukraine is one of the most corrupt countries on the planet. And old Joey and his boys had a lot of dealings with them. So I assume that Zelensky, the president or dictator, whatever the hell you want to call him of Ukraine, probably said, hey, Joe, you either go along with us or we're going to open up the door to all the little things that you've been doing. We'll let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. I guarantee that's what it is. And he's going to do whatever it takes to, cover his ass. So, is what it is. It's a shame because if it were up to me, I'm not a globalist. I'm a American firster, I guess you could say. And I would say fuck everybody, If we have money left over or something left over to help those who need, fine. But we need to take care of our people. We have homeless people. We have hungry people. We have sick people, And we're just kicking them to the curb to kiss the asses of illegals and foreign countries and everything else. $800 billion we've sent to Ukraine so far. Imagine what that money could have done here, But, and I think our government hates the people. They hate us. They want us all dead because we're not playing along, It's that go along to get along attitude. It infuriates all of us, believe me. Hey, Artie, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Daddy Artie? I'm not going there, man. Yeah, how is Vinny doing? I heard he wasn't doing too well there for a while. I know he's had a lot of problem with the finger that he lopped off, but he's getting up there in age too, Well, if you've ever watched any of my wise guy videos, I go off. I think it's bullshit, and I'll repeat it here. Every veteran that served in a war should get a free house, tax-free for the rest of his life, and whatever medical he ever needs for absolutely free, And anybody that says less than that, as far as I'm concerned, they're not American, You can make out of that what you want. And I never served, like I said. Unfortunately, I kind of wished I did, looking back at it, but I had different priorities back then. But I think the way we're shitting on our vets it's beyond a disgrace. That's not the way you take care of people who put their life on the line for bullshit to begin with. And I'll say it because, well, I respect the soldiers, but unfortunately, they were misled into fighting for bullshit. Because every war we got into, there's been a monetary, thing. It was either oil or gas, or we didn't like somebody, or they didn't do what we tell them to do, so we went ahead and declared war on them, or got involved in the war somehow. No American should ever shed blood outside of this country, ever. If the people come here and want to invade us, we'll kick their asses and do it well. But I'm not traveling thousands of miles to bumfuck whatever to fight somebody else's war. I don't care. I care about my country, my family, and the American people. And it's such a shame that so many of our people were lost in these wars, and it was unnecessary. They're still heroes, don't get me wrong, but they were misled. They weren't fighting for our freedom. They were fighting for somebody's wallet. Yeah, me too, Russ. And they're going to. It's just a matter of how and when. And already says, I had my great niece ask me when I'm going to have the baby. She's 4 years. Well, I'm right there with you, man. My wife's always making fun of me. When do you do? When do you do? Yeah, whatever. Here you go, wait a minute. Already gave birth to a 10-pound, 4-ounce Jiva. There you go. And Bob wants to never understood why we pay the past presidents so much money up till the day they die. Well, exactly. It's like any other job. You do. He gets what he gets now is like $2 million for 4 years. I think they're up to 450. I think now a year, 450,000. And they don't really buy anything because everything's provided for them. They got free housing in the White House. All their food is paid for. All their medical is paid for. Hell, I'm sure that we, the taxpayers, pay for their clothing and whatever else. So that money's basically cash in pocket profit. And if you can't put that in the bank or invest it and carry on the rest of your life on that, then you probably shouldn't be handling money. But, it's the same with the Congress, too. I mean, they don't get quite as much. But if you serve one full term in Congress or the Senate, you get paid for life the same money you did as when you were actually a senator or congressman. I don't get that, But the post office does the same thing. I have two friends that worked in the post office, put in there 20 years or whatever. They came out making the same money that they made when they were working. Like $4,000 a month. Holy shit, if I'd have known that, I'd have been delivering the mail. This was in the middle of a restaurant this evening. She just came right through. Yeah. The words of a kid, man. Out of the mouths of babes, all like that. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Yep, equals pain. Oh. Yeah, they all end up rich except Trump's wealth actually. And they're you saw what they did with that whore, What the hell's her name? E. Jean Carroll? $86 million because he said he called her a liar, and she is, So because he called her a liar, he's got to pay her $86 million. He is appealing it. I hope he wins. Who knows? Never understood why we bought. Well, because you're buying your friends. You're buying protect. It's like a protection racket, really, but on their end, not on ours. If we give you a few million or $1 billion, will you leave us alone? Sure, just give us the money. I'm telling you. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think we're scared shitless of a lot of these countries. Why do you think we have such a hard on with Iran getting nuclear weaponry? They want nukes, they can have them. Until they use them, it's not really a big deal, I mean, Russia has them, we have them, China has them, Europe has them, They just haven't used them yet. Hopefully they never do. But if Iran wants nukes, let them have them. If they're dumb enough to use one, well, we just wipe them off of the face of the earth. You tell me that out of all our technology, we can't shoot one out of the air? Pretty sure we can. Let's we're lying about that, too. America's going to end up being a third world country. Yes, it looks like it. I haven't seen so much struggling and poverty since I was a former youth. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Artie, but it's true. We're very quickly becoming a third world nation. And it's going to just get worse, We are fast. Yeah, absolutely. It's unfortunate because I had never thought I'd see my country go to hell like this, but it is what it is. Sorry, so I've been here since 2019. It's a disgrace. Well, it's because the politicians are out of control. All they do is lie and steal, and I'm sure they do a few other things too, but their biggest thing is they're absolute liars. Absolute idiots in charge, or they are trying to, well, I think it's both. Yeah, well, no, I don't think they're idiots. I think they really are smart, but they hate America. They hate the American people, and they want to kill all the Americans and destroy the country. Because remember, we're the only thing keeping the one world order in check. If we go down, one world order happens whether we like it or not. I mean, if we fail, we're the only thing keeping that from happening right now. And the governments don't know how to handle it. We're not going to give up our guns. You know, if they get stupid, we will kill them. And they know it. And they're terrified of us. They'll never admit it, but they are, you know. I'm sure you ran into a few woke lefty lunatics while you're already. Oh, they're all over the place. It's not hard to run into one. Already says 600 families homeless in the cold in Massachusetts, or that Mass or Minnesota, I'm not, wherever that is. But they just housed 5,000. I know. Go figure. You know, and well, like in New York, California, they kicked all the vets out of the motels to put the illegals in there. And I'll tell you, if I were a vet, I'd be locking and loading and taking care of business. And I wish that they would, you know, because it's bullshit. It's not right. Never mind, you still have skeletons. Artie says not yet. No, he's got the other ones. He doesn't have skeletons. Oh, I know. We got the climate mafia too. And that's, you know, I was just reading the thing. I know I said I wasn't going to get political, and I'm not really going to get real political, but I read an article today, or it was either today or yesterday, I don't remember which. They were talking about, you remember I said something that they wanted to ban gas stoves in the houses? Well, it turns out they hired a commission to study the actual effects of gas. And it turns out that gas stoves, like ones built in the last 20 or 30 years, exceed the emission standards that were set forth. However, electric stoves, most of them have not met the emission standards, or what's the name for it? The economic cost, economic operation that was set forth. So it's kind of funny because it kind of bit them in the ass. So gas stoves are off the table now. They're not going to be screwing with us anymore. I have a gas stove and I have no problem with it. However, they are going to be going after some of these new electric stoves that don't meet the standards set for energy efficiency. Go figure, right? I think that's funny. Send all the illegals to a remote island. They will stop coming. That's what Australia did. Hey, whatever. I mean, at this point, I'm up for anything, you know. I mean, and I've even said, you know, well, even Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, he said, you know, the only reason we're not killing them because we would get arrested for murder. But I don't really think that would be true, because if they are invading the country illegally, they're committing a felony. It's a felony to cross, to enter our border without consent. So therefore, Texas should have the ultimate authority to use lethal force. And trust me, all you got to do is shoot a few of them. The rest will turn around and run. Now, there's a 250,000 person caravan that's walking up, waiting to come into this country. They haven't got here yet, but they will soon enough. You know, we have to do something. Yeah, there's over 40 million illegals in this country. That's almost a third of fourth of our population. We got a problem here. Artie says I got kicked out of Springfield for emitting too much butt gas. Thanks for that warning, Artie. Hey, Thomas Moore. Yeah, he sent me a picture. I don't know what that really is. I mean, it sounds cool. I'd like to see a picture of it. Yes, Artie, but Democrats would say you can't send too many or the island might tip over. Yeah. No, what was that? What the hell's the name of that island out there? Off the West Coast. I can't remember what it's called. Didn't the general say that if we put too much stuff on there, too many people would tip over? This is the intelligent level of our supposed leaders. If that don't scare the shit out of you, I don't know what will. Well, yeah, in a way they really are. I mean, in some ways they're very intelligent, conniving, but in most times they're not really as stupid as they pretend to be. You know, you just have to look at what their end game is. These illegals are dumbasses. Why on earth come here to live? U.S. is hell when you look at it. Oh, that's true, but it isn't for them, though. You know, the average illegal gets $9,000 a month in cash and assistance and everything else. What the hell do we get? I'm on disability. I get 15 and change a month, you know, and I'm struggling. I mean, I'm not hurting, but, you know, I mean, I wish I had a little bit more money to meet up with inflation, but, you know, these idiots cross over illegally in our country and the government's here. Here, have some money. Have some free gas, some free housing, some free medical, some free schooling, you know. Here, how much money? How about some free food, you know? This is ridiculous. They haven't put anything in the system. They're just leeching off of us. They know it. We know it. They probably know we know it. Yeah, that was a big question. Not only that, but who cleans their clothes? Who supplies their iPhones? You know, they're supposed to be poor, right? How poor can you be if you have a $1,300 iPhone in your pocket? But what do I know? Justice Thomas is trying to get us back on track. Yeah, there you go. I know you got me started. See what happens? A gauge lock spike is like a hairpin, but with teeth. Still can't picture it. Send me a picture of that. Yeah, go ahead and text it to me. Now I got my new phone. Oh, that's cool. If you pick it up, it actually turns on. It activates. Not pretty slick or what? Got all kinds of neat features on it that my old one didn't have. U.S. legal taxpayers, which includes us legal visitors. Yeah. Their policies are dumb. Yes, they are. Well, they're not dumb. They're illegal and they're immoral and, you know, probably just plain evil. Artie's there. Free gas. There you go. Andy, what am I going to do with you, man? You did send me an email of the spike. Let me check. I don't know. Let's see. Five new. Actually, I got to figure out. I got this on the wrong email. I'm getting a lot of replies from YouTube, but I'm not getting my regular emails on this. So I think I made the mistake of using my Gmail account in here instead of my Hotmail account, but no biggie. I'll check out that email later on the computer. Yeah, it's there's a lot of things I don't agree with, but like I said, they do have a reason for what they're doing. If you knew the truth of it, you probably would, you know, them. But you know, that's that, Russ. The vitamin. That's probably true. All right, Dave. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for popping in and have a safe and fun weekend, and we'll see you next time. Oops, wait a minute. Jumped again. Artie's, I gave free gas and didn't get a single thank you. Just ask Tammy and Plumber. Are they still breathing? Thomas says Conrail was the largest. I did not know that. Hey, you learn something new every day. Russ says the reason is chaos. That's true. Out of chaos comes order, right? Or out of, yeah, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's 8:15. I was supposed to knock off at 8, so we're going to push that up to 8:30, but for real. Because I got to make sure I have enough time left over, I think, to do one more show next week before I reset. Because if I do use OBS, I have no overlay on it, and I could use it. It's still usable, but I like being able to put stuff on the screen, and at the moment, that's not working the way I want it to. Thomas says Conrail with CSX and Norfolk Southern to go. Okay. Well, what about BNSF though? Because that's Burlington Northern and Santa Fe, right? Yeah. So wouldn't they constitute a large railroad too? I would think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm on U.S. time, not staying up all night. Yeah, that's not late. It's well, depending where are you on the East Coast, Tardy? It's only 8:15 then. That's not bad. All right, Andy, we'll see you around, man. Thanks for popping in, and you have a fun and safe weekend too. And we'll see you next week. It's not that I don't like StreamYard. It's just that I can't do as much on StreamYard as I can on OBS. And also because they only give you 20 hours a month. I mean, I'll use it if I have to, but I prefer to go back to OBS. I just got to figure out how to do this. So I did actually send an email to the guy who makes OBS. I'm sure it will, not go anywhere, but I said, look, I said, of all the things you're doing, the most important aspect of OBS that you did not put in there is the chat overlay on the screen. And if you could write that into the program and do an update, I would be eternally grateful. Whether he will or not is anybody's guess. I don't know, because I don't remember what version. I think I'm up to version 30 so far, and every time they update it anyway, they fuck something else up. Just the way it goes. East Coast, but I'm with family. Okay, well, I would expect. Hey, Delmarva Rail fan, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Joe. Same to you. We'll see you next time. Have a safe and fun weekend, and we'll see you next week. Well, since CSX and Anna's bought shared right of Conrail. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool. Tom's Jim, I detailed the 3D printed universe. Yeah, I saw the pictures that you sent me. They look pretty good. You got to get it painted, though. It'll look better once it's painted. All right, he says Conrail was divided among CSX and NS. CSX and NS were the two largest railroad companies that survived when Conrail died. Okay, I didn't know that either. I don't really keep up much. I should, but I don't. Sorry. That CSX and NS is what it's supposed to say. Stupid autocorrect. Hey, don't worry about it. No biggie. Happens to all of us. All right, guys. Well, look, it's I'm going to run a couple of things going. Oh, I can't even do that now. I keep forgetting I'm not on OBS. I don't have the screens set up in StreamYard. I probably should set it up, but I didn't. So we can still talk for another 10 minutes or so. So both are Class 1 railroads, correct? I would assume they are, but I don't actually know for sure. I'm a little illiterate when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I'm more interested in the hobby than I am in the real life stuff. And even then, I still have limited knowledge. Yes, I do have a Stream Deck, and I know you can run it through StreamYard, but you're limited to what you can do on it, from what I understand. So everything I read up on it said you could do some things, like you control the functions in StreamYard. But I got there 2, 4, 5, 10. I've got 14 buttons that are programmed to do specific things. And I don't think I can use all 14 of those with StreamYard, unless you buy the pay one. But at $25 a month, that ain't happening. Or $20 a month, whatever it costs. Rest says I'm a West Coast guy as well. Okay. Conrail was formed between Pennsylvania and New York Central and Penn Central. Okay. I have no idea on this stuff. You guys are pretty smart though when it comes to that. I should probably pay more attention, right? But it is what it is. I got any water in here? I'm dying of thirst. I do have some. Got my big water jug. Nice cold water. So, I already agreed with you on that, Bob. That's like I said, I very limited knowledge of that stuff. Well, I already had like 4 of them today, and that's kind of my limit. You know, I had 2 in here, and then 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner. So I've got more in here. I just don't want to open one up. So Tom says, Jim, I have the 15-button model of the Stream Deck, and I can go to another page. Oh, there's many pages. I know that because I actually experimented with second and third pages, but most of what I need here is on the first page. But like I said, you can do a lot more with the Stream Deck on OBS, I believe, than you can on StreamYard or some of the other places. Without, Tom from Tom saying he's got one. He's got the big one though, I think, and he uses it with his vMix. So, but like I said, I think you're pretty limited on StreamYard. The problem is with whoever designs these programs, either they don't know how to do it and won't admit it, or they're just being lazy and they're like, they got stupid things. They got really cool add-on things on OBS, but I'm not going to use them. So what's the point of it if I'm not going to use it? But I mean, this thing is nice. It's just, I think I spent almost $100 on it, but you got different buttons for different things, and you could program them in to do what you want. So the top ones are for all the cameras. Well, for the first 5 cameras. The one that says West, second row from the left, that's the West camera. Then there's the pan camera down on the bottom in the middle. I've got my intro screen, outro screen, and then where it says hijack trains, where I usually put any videos I have. And if I actually go to the second screen, I got another one there for also another video. So this thing's nice. It's real handy. And they said it will work with StreamYard, but with limited functionality. So anytime I hear the word limited functionality, fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, there's 15 buttons on this, but there are different pages. And I think the pages are, I don't there's a lot of them. I know that. So you can probably go over 100 functions, but that's the small one that they have. They have a bigger one with I think 30 buttons on it or 45, something like that. It's a big unit. It's more expensive. And of course, the nice thing about that is you don't have to worry about turning pages. But that's if you're using all that stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff I need to use. I got my the rant clip for a button. Got the live stream list for a clip on a button. I've got the usually before I go live, I put the live trains on for views. That's on a separate button. It works out really good. Keep your UP on that side of the country. Okay. There you go. I guess Artie doesn't like UP. I don't like Union Pacific. I don't really have a problem. It was the Santa Fe's that I didn't like. The original ones before they merged with Burlington Northern. And it was only their color scheme I thought sucked. That red and silver looked so stupid. It wasn't very original. And that was my only real bitch about it, but just the way it is. So laughing my ass off. Okay, but still at the West Coast Railroad. Keep it there. There you go. Well, I don't think they go all over the country, don't they? If they have to, I would think. I don't know. How long will they? No bad mouthing BNSF. That's my favorite railroad, okay? In fact, some of my locos here are all BNSF. The pumpkins. I love pumpkins. Russ says UP is always pushing the envelope. Yeah, probably. And again, though, Norfolk Southern is the one that usually wrecks the trains. They have more derailments than anybody, I think. Seems like, anyway. They're really bad ones, too. But hey, Anyway, it's 8:25. I'm going to go ahead and put the outro in here. But before I do, Bob says I grew up watching the Chessie system. Yeah, Chessie's kind of cool, too. That's my favorite road. There you go. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for the night. I know it was kind of short tonight, but that's the way it goes. And want everybody to have a safe weekend, have fun, play with your trains whenever you can. And we'll see you next week. So good night, everybody. And here's the outro. Where is the outro anyway? Adobe. That's nothing I hate about it. I should use the they got the short keys or whatever for that, but I don't ever use them. Here we go.